The Sentinel Fish, a wild variant, but down below, they'll swim through the deeps to hopefully find something, and instead, they'll find predators galore here stuck behind the pillar. They'll start with some great damage, though.
Hey, look, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do it to it. I see Luda down in the midst just trying to reposition, and DZ eventually swings straight on to FaZe, which pushes them into the line of sight from Complexity. Luda able to capitalize on a few of those, and it's alone Panders for 7 eliminations on Sentinels. Where are the Sentinel haters at now?
Taking advantage of what might be the next elimination for them. Panders now done and dusted. 8 KP for this roster. They're putting up point totals that are going to be far and beyond the rest here. For Disguise, though, they're more than happy to shoot a different kind of fish in a barrel, a fish in a box, a death, a casket, a basket, and potentially, yes, the end of the meat lovers.
Perfect. Zephyr's a rapper now, and we're continuing on the push straight into meat. They have been torched down to 7 squads.
Sentinels make the move they have to do across the rock here to shore that distance. Now with Opta dropping down, EC the next to go. Sentinels should follow suit very quickly, and it should be Disguised who comes in to clean this one up.
EEC grabs a knock as well. Sentinels claiming some. Optic the first team to fall in the end game, and now it allows Sentinels to try and put some pressure onto EEC, but RKN, we've got to hit those shots. He's painting outlines. EEC falls because Disguise gets into the mix, and now you've got enemy on the caustic. Barrel crawling forward. A Wraith play in the hands of Designful. He portals back. Oh, it's just the start.
Timmy's down on the other end from the other side of zone, though. A solid rotation finds Disguised coming out on top of it all.
Look, they're not just your Game 6 winners. They came here to play.
All right, trying to get some angles here on behalf of Temperadivant. Trying to do some damage to the Spitfire. Not a lot of ammo left in that reserve, though, so gonna have to try and figure out a better way to go for this fight here. Empire just bunkering down with these barrels, hoping it'll buy them a little bit of time to figure out when they want to make their move here. They might be at an ammo advantage as well, so this is the moment to make the push.
Coming up outside of the boxes, though, it is a struggle and a half here. I like Avexy's position on the stairwell, playing off of the heady, able to find Audavant there, but Cloaked and Spades are more than healthy to come through and send these boys home in 20th. Now, Disguised, trying to play for some of those portals like we saw from Designful last game, in the end, isn't quite as successful. But Timmy from the top, he'll still find the ordinances that be.
If Disguise can win this fight with Meat Lovers, though, it'll set them up really well. The portal being one of the few things that they can actually use their advantage in the final circle. Design does get knocked, is able to go back at least in the portal, try and see if he can maybe put himself in a better spot for that res. Timmy doing a little bit of cover fire, and everyone taking some damage here as the zone is starting to shrink. Everyone now needs to move into an area where it is absolutely no cover, so these fights are going to mean everything for these teams if they can manage to clean these up before they get to those final moments. XSET, though, has been doing a fantastic job holding the western side this whole time.
It's really good, and it's going to set them up to just burn through the Sentinels over across the height there. They're able to pull away from the Nox guys and keep this one alive. As tedious as it is from behind the box, the lose out and cover, but that is the go button that XSET wants here to send Sentinels out.
This is huge for Moist now in a straight up 3v3 against Legacy, but an injured Legacy.
There it is.
The opportunity for Moist to make the push, dump the full kit onto Legacy. It's just going to take a little bit of damage here on behalf of Moist before they're able to clean up match number 2. Huge performance for Moist.
But we do get all 3 back on their feet. Empire bringing back the mobile respawn, and hey, we're going straight in. Hammer points on the RE45, but the shield cracked on the horizon. It's only a matter of time, but with the ring at your back, we must keep moving forward. Now, granted, on that round 2, a nice grab lift to boost you over that fence, and this is a really nice push by 9 Lives. DSG. They just want to
my gosh.
They want to give them no chance to reset and Design, you know, hey, let's do it. We talked about the aggression earlier, and we're going to make it happen. Some hit fires to boot, and goodbye 9 Lives, and Design's your new kill leader. Sentinels fall, Moist fall elsewhere. DZ has left the tunnel, pushing forward. Sykes there in the Beast of the Hunt. That kill is going to grant him another 6 seconds. And push they do. FaZe falls at the hands of XSET. Skittlecakes looks a little lost here. Goes down trying to get out. Dropped with the hip fires. Oversleepers to fall, but Optic is just going to join them as well. And now EEC, they just collapse upon all of those teams, and more still full sending. I was ready for it. The swing comes through and Phony goes down. Zainu and Frexes are gonna have to finish the deals here onto E8. They do fall. Do we have enough time to hit the reset? No, we're playing our life at this point and we're barricading forward. EEC step away from the high ground. Not gonna be able to play your team's knockdown shields. We're down to the final 3. SSG falls, and now we have that straight 3v3 DZ versus Legacy.
This was the best pressure they could have utilized here, and now finally throwing this one out. The ticks have begun, but it is very open. With that full assault, though, they are zoning them into perfect LOS setups. Zero from behind as Neazil will go down a 2v2 situation. They don't have that height.
Oh, and Zero's just trying to get an angle on one of them with the EVA 8-0 against the world. Can he make this happen? No! Legacies will evict. A former LAN champion says, this is my zone. We want to go back to LAN and prove ourselves.
These guys could not catch a break there. You can see just how far away Moist were, but they knew that fight was going down and were able to deal some serious distance damage. And meanwhile, Optic, another team that's also been trying to stay on the outskirts, is now going up against 9 Lies. We're trying to see if they can maybe clear this team out, able to avoid a little bit of damage here, but as the peak comes around the corner, Laser goes down. Now 9 Lies down to 1, and Optic Gaming aggressively clear them out. FaZe were the ones that take out Ape Gang, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Moist also trying to clear out a little bit of space, still in the general vicinity of Evolution, and they're still going back and forth with each other. This is an opportunity for Moist to push in, though, as Euryce does get knocked. Maybe they can clean up this this KP, and if they do that, they actually have this entire southeastern area to themselves. It'll give them an opportunity to decide their path to push in. Moist making that look easy.
As we look forward, the gas, it covers such a large area, but we have to get through this door. I don't see any nades that are going to be able, so we just have to barrel forward. Meanwhile, XSET's outside picking apart Optic before they fall into the final 4. DZ, we make a move, we get closer to being outside, but EEC, they drop. Jen, Sykes, they're gonna have to turn their attention onto them. Optic falls into the final 3. We need to clean up EEC, and we do. Now, Furia versus DZ. They have made their entry into this fight.
That was really solid playing on behalf of EEC. Furia have been waiting the entire time for these last few moments. They did a fantastic job being patient, and now they've moved in, also giving themselves a little bit of height. They needed time to go up against DZ. All those red shields, and Furia drop down from below and take out DarkZero.
It just takes one good game to change your trajectory. It's really now or never, with only 2 games separating them from the potential of relegation. And here at Thunderwatch, I looked like that was trying to be a wall bounce to maybe find yourself on the other side, but Meter having a pretty decent day, with 2 teams both needing to fight their way out of relegation. As soon as I say that, it looks like Homie got one clip straight up. Hey, trade comes through, though.
Snipe down with the falling down there. 2v2 on the other side. It's going to be Zera with a pinch from both angles. Awan's with that knock, but in return, Panders is quick to clean up the remnants of that damage. For Meat Lovers, I can never contextualize how insane Legacy is as a roster, because they just drop onto teams like that. And speaking of drop, we'll tune in with the main man himself, as they're going to find the knock drop dish out against DarkZero here.
God, man.
As 9 Lies now choked out by the nades below. Open Dynasty finally pressured upon from the other side. Will get a taste of their own medicine as Legacy. They've been on fire all game, and they'll continue to burn through the bullets.
Have no fear. E8 wants KP. FaZe are eliminated, and now XSET have the attention, and they've got the high ground just above E8 with the ability to put all the pressure, but they cannot leave this little this crate because there's so many people all around them. The smoke and push straight onto them. Moist have turned this into such a solid position for them.
A straight 3v3.
They navigated one earlier against DarkZero, and it started a lot like this. I will say a little too much damage was taken on the cross because Moist, they've stayed healthy. They're just peering over, and while one does get to the top, it's going to be MT opening it up. The trade did come through, though, and now MT with 5 HP have to keep this dream alive. Niazul does get a shield swap, so 1v2, and there we go. Legacy with a beautiful cleanup. It really is. And speaking of challenges, well, look no further. It's getting crazy, and Ape Gang just trying to stay alive. Vexys comes through and takes it all the way, but DZ, they make their presence known.
Moist have come through to start to drop and find some of that remnant.
That's crazy. When you think you've got high ground, make sure you really have the ultimate high ground, because here comes Waltzy. He wants to grab onto this zip so bad. You see the knock come through. Yes, Dedge. Here goes another one. Get off my tower, bro. And here they go with the finishing touch of Evolution. I would just want to see the Mirage ult and all the bamboozles come to fruition. Nade spam going forward. We gotta dance through the bang ult, and you know the comms are looking like safe on me, safe on me. But Legacy, they keep barricading forward. They couple their bang ult with a push. You can see cloaked dust. Here comes Mirage ult. Start the bamboozling. Okay, that's what we want, but it doesn't matter. It was a valiant effort, but Legacy, they will take that fight against Temper over Sleepers. Kind of going on a bit of a run here.
It's a good run, but it needs to be even better for Legacy. Finally, though, this IMC offers little to no cover. As a result, they are finally picked up out in 10th as 9 lives finally makes their ways in.
I mean, I don't blame E8 for full sending this, and it just depends on how much damage Monsoon's able to do to elevate, but they should stay healthy. I'd imagine we are also holding our Nox gas grenade in pocket, and DZ, they make their entryway in. Beast of the Hunt is popped, and we are just going forward. Zykes, a glass cannon. He does fall, though. It doesn't even matter because they've done enough to put the pressure on, and when times get tough, you just focus on the rotated hand, and maybe you'll win a map number 6.
A simple, clear comms here for DZ.